Good day, everyone. How are you all doing? This is Yix here at Magnet Crypto, back again with another video. So in this video, I wanted to make a video particularly aimed at crypto beginners. There's a lot of newcomers that have come to this space, especially with Bitcoin breaking all-time high. Naturally, this has attracted a lot of attention. People want to get in on all the action and make some money as well. So in this video, I want to just give a quick few steps that will be very useful to beginners that want to make a little bit of money in the market, and what kind of steps they can use, which will be simple for them to follow going forward in the next 12 months or so. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So this is so simple, I can just literally write it down in a notepad, and that's exactly how you want it as a beginner. You don't want to overcomplicate things, especially for a lot of beginners that don't actually want to learn everything there is to know about crypto, because it can be such a daunting market. All this new technology, how it's disrupting all these industries, it's a lot to understand. So potentially as a beginner, you might not want to go ahead and spend all those hours learning about the market. You might want to just have a surface level understanding and go ahead and make some investments. So first and foremost, how much to invest? Now this depends on the amount of disposable income that you have. For some people it might be £100 or $100. For some it might be 500. For some it might be 1,000, or for some it might be 10,000 and plus. But the important thing is that it has to be disposable income, the amount of money that you can easily throw away without affecting your day-to-day life, without affecting your bills, your rent, etc. It should only be money that's left over at the end of everything after you spent your essential bills and stuff like that. So this is going to be dependent on, it's going to be calculated on an individual basis. So as I said, it depends on the individual. But the important thing is, if let's say you put £1,000 in, and when this money goes up and down and you get very stressed, that is an indication that you've potentially put too much money. So look to gauge your emotions when you're putting this money down. If you're very tense and stressed about how much money you're putting in and how it's getting up and down, then that means probably too much. So you should probably look to lower it down if that is the case. So step one, how much to invest, that depends on the person. Step two, as I said, you want to keep this as simple as possible. So you want to invest in the top 2 cryptos, in my opinion. One disclaimer I forgot to add, this is not financial advice. If you go ahead and put your money in the crypto market and you lose everything, do not come looking at me. It's very important to add that disclaimer. But it's my recommendation that you should invest only in the top 2 crypto if you're just a beginner, Bitcoin and Ethereum, because they are, although the whole market is risky, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the least riskiest out of the bunch. They're all both very established cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin especially, it's widely known now as a safe haven, as what's the word that's used? I forget the word now. Like an alternative to gold. Yeah, as I said, so it's seen as a safe haven. It's seen as an alternative to gold, where you can park your money, and it's almost like a hedge against fiat currency. So Bitcoin's very established in that respect, and Ethereum as well. It's a very popular cryptocurrency, especially with developers. A lot of different projects have been built on there already, and that's just to begin with. Much more is being planned to be built on Ethereum, and there's a lot of potential yet to be unleashed with Ethereum, especially with the rise of decentralized finance now. Ethereum is a hotbed for innovation, basically. So it's doing very well already, and it hasn't even reached its all-time high previously set in 2017. Obviously there are many other cryptocurrencies like XRP, litecoin, and then going down the list of altcoins, but these two are the top 2, and as I said, the least riskiest investment in the whole market. So if you just stick to 2 investments, it's very easy to manage. You don't get confused as to with all the other altcoins and how they're doing. So that's why I said invest 40% in Bitcoin and 40% in Ethereum. Previously, before Bitcoin had reached its all-time high, it's now at 23k, I would have said put more in Bitcoin and a bit less in Ethereum. But now that Bitcoin's reached its all-time high and has gone past it, and Ethereum is still somewhat less than halfway to its all-time high, it makes more sense, in my opinion, to put a bit more money in Ethereum. And I said 20% cash because, you know, as time goes on, you might want to invest a little bit more. It's always good to have some liquid cash in case it dips. You can add a little bit more. Potentially down the line, if you get more familiar with cryptocurrency, you might want to invest in a few other altcoins that have come up. So it's always good to have some cash available, so you can make moves if you want to. If you've invested all your money, then that means you don't have much room to wiggle. So that's why I say keep 20% in cash. The next step is to set price targets and hold for up to 12 months. Now I'll help you a little bit with this. Let's just move this head. Now, as I said, with Ethereum, because it hasn't reached its all-time high yet, it's currently at almost $600, which is halfway up to its all-time high. So you could even wait until Ethereum gets to its previous all-time high of $1,400 and then look to sell. That's one option, and you would have doubled your money. Very good investment. However, it's most likely that it will breach its all-time high, and as a conservative target hit $2,000. This would have been then a 3.5 times your money. You would have 3.5x your money. More long-term projecting, this is obviously a lot riskier, less conservative. Would be a $5,000 price target. Still very reachable, but obviously this is when we get into murky waters. We aren't that sure that it could reach that. It's still a relatively low cap Ethereum, so there's a good chance it can it can reach that. But I always say stick with a conservative target. $2,000 would be a very, very good return on your investment. So you could wait up to 12 months. When it reaches this number, pull your money out, and that's it, job done. Looking at Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin has smashed its previous all-time high of 20,000, and it's gone all the way up to 24,800. So it's done very, very well. It's projected to reach at least $50,000, potentially 100,000, and we go into kind of the massive price projections that some people have said: 380,000, 500,000, 1 million, etc. That's obviously possible, but it's more in the realms of unlikely. But 50,000 is a very conservative target for Bitcoin, and if you invest in that right now, you would have doubled your money when it gets there. So set your price target. Let's say you did set 50,000 as a price target, and you wait up to 12 months. Whichever one comes first, you want to pull out your money when it reaches the target, and wait up to 12 months. It probably will happen in the next 12 months. There's no guarantees. But normally in this cycle, the first year of the next cycle, which will be 2021, is normally the exponential growth. So up to 12 months, and that should be your conservative target of 50,000, and then you pull out your money. Very simple, easy to follow. And step 4 is wait. Now this may seem simple, but it is not. When price is going through the moon, all these cryptocurrencies are going up thousands of percentages, it becomes much more difficult to wait. You're going to want to add money without a plan. So unless you're willing to invest more time and effort to research the market, to understand what plan you can use, your investment plan, to understand technical analysis and to read all those white papers, to research about all the projects in and out, you know, the best thing is to do is wait and not get too into the market, because you'll probably get burnt. So unless you're willing to put in all that work, it's best to just stick to a simple plan and wait. And then when time comes, the targets have been met, sell 80 to 90% and keep a suicide bag. Now, for those people that don't know what that is, a suicide bag is basically, let's say you've pulled out 80 to 90% of your investment and you leave a little bit left. And let's say it hits target of 50k Bitcoin. And then after you take out all your money, Bitcoin goes to 300,000. Now, if you had taken out all your money, you're going to want to, you know, jump off the highest building that you can find. So suicide bag is, you know, just the knowledge that you have 10% left or 20% left in the market, and you're profiting from that, all those extra gains that you would have missed out on. That's why it's very important to have a suicide bag in case that happens. So that is the plan. Very simple. If you follow that, trust me, you'll do well. At the same time, this is, if you're willing to actually jump in the market and do this, you have to take full responsibility for all your actions. At the end of the day, you cannot go to someone like me or someone else who's giving you advice and say it's your fault if something goes wrong. You are responsible for your investment. So take responsibility for that. And yeah, that's all I want to say. Next year will be a crazy year. Is expected, as I said, the first year of the next cycle, which is the one when there's going to be exponential growth. Everyone's going to start talking about crypto. The taxi driver, the elevator man, everyone at your local barbers is going to start talking about how much money people are making. They're going to recommend coins to you. So be very careful when it comes to that. People will start doing crazy things, taking out big risky loans. Be careful with that. And so I wish you all the best in your endeavors. I'll be posting constant content. If you have any questions, let me know. And see you in the next video. Peace.